Hello, friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Stoner Podcast with your favorite huggable stone nerd Dexter, aka Smokey D. Sploofy, aka the Weedy Weeb of the East, aka the Nuggy Professor, and I am joined today by one of the best blurs in the community, Mr. Hellspawned Cosplay. How are you doing today, my friend?
I'm doing, man. I'm getting better by the night, by the minute. I say this good news just keeps coming in. So, and future endeavors are growing. So, I'm
That's
good.
what's up. That's
Thank you.
good. Happy to hear that. I saw you went to San Diego Comic Con recently. That's like
Yeah,
the mecca of for the nerds. How was
it
that this
is,
year?
man. Listen, I well, I just like this is one of the things that see. This is some things that you can't really get.
Awesome.
So I got a bumblebee that has that's got
What?
Stalker with it with GI Joe, and then the other one I got is Megatron with
Yo,
the Baroness.
that's
So
awesome.
I had planned on opening these when I got home from work today, but then I was working. I had some other work to do this afternoon, so I haven't got a chance to open these yet. So yeah,
Oh,
I'm
that's so cool.
dude, like man, like San Diego is like what it's supposed to be. Like it is it, you know how you can go to Blerd Con and be like, man, I love all these black folks. I love the feeling of it and stuff like that. And then I'm getting the same sense from like DreamCon. I'm getting the same sense from Dragon Con, right? But
Mhm.
San Diego is like the con, and you know, with all the stuff that's on the floor, the cosplay, the panels, like I went to San Diego in 2019, and then I went last year. So this is my third year going, and with the Hollywood studios not there this time, it was a completely different feeling,
Mhm.
completely different, and it was just dope. Like the entire experience is always dope. Like every single time things just grow and get better and bigger. And I can't wait for next year. I can't wait.
Would you say it was like maybe less crowded since a lot of the big studios weren't there?
No,
Because like
no,
I
no.
know a lot of people love to go for and like camp out for like
Mhm,
trailers and
mhm,
special announcements for like especially Marvel.
mhm, mhm. Yeah, so when I go as press. When I'm there with like my boys, because they've had podcasts since 2011, and they've been reporting on like nerd news since then. And I went to high school with them, so like when we all graduated back in 2002. So uh I've known them for years, and when I got into cosplay, they were like, if you want to like roll with us, because at the time I had a bigger following than they did,
Mhm.
and at least on Instagram, whatever. And I was like, well, I can help you with your social media stuff. That's no problem. So they was like, well, we'll put your name on the press list for us for our team or whatever, and you can come with us. And it is it has been a whirlwind of like just being in places I never thought I would be. From and then and the momentum from one San Diego to the next, and meeting the people from who are like in Hollywood proper, and just acquiring just like this, just being friends with folks, like genuine friends with people who are in Hollywood, and like they tell you like the secrets, behind like Blue Beetle, and you're just getting like real information, all the while sending dick jokes and like it just we we're like we just send reels, and like we just tell each other that they're like see, that's why you lick the back of knees, you know what I mean, like you're just that kind of friend now, and it's different, it's different, and I never thought cosplay would get me there.
Like looking back on it, could you see like a young you being transported like say you
Hell,
5 years ago being transported to where you are now, just being like,
hell no.
dude, we're doing this? Like, are you fucking kidding me right now?
Not even 5 years ago, because I've been in cosplay for 6 years, because it didn't like I did He-Man 14 months into cosplay, and that's when everything changed. So
I do remember when you blew up for that.
yeah,
Oh,
like I'm
dude, I
like,
saw you everywhere.
I'm like, it's He-Man, but I guess black people don't cosplay He-Man.
No,
and then
no.
when they do with the blonde wig, so it doesn't look special. It
Hmm.
doesn't look like us. So yeah, and it's so much has come from it. So much has come from it. You know, I'm like, all right, well, let's go, let's do this. And I don't know, at this point, whatever fame or fortune comes, it's really going to focus squarely on my family, my boy, you know, my household. You know, I I'm someone who works all the time, you know, multiple jobs, multiple professions or whatever, because I need multiple streams of income to stay afloat, you know. But you know, the idea of having my bills on auto pay is like, that's like heaven for me. Like that's, you know, I'm damn near 40 years old thinking like, oh, finally I can breathe. If you know things, you know, instead of having to work, I might be able to play Destiny for today as opposed to going to work. You know what I mean? Like that
You
might be
get
an option.
some freedom.
For freedom. That's exactly what I called it tonight when I was talking to these people, you know, and I was like, yeah, it's freedom, you know, free from community guidelines or raging racists who just want to like, you know, get you shadow banned and all this other stuff and diminish the algorithm you already have, you know, like it's funny. Yeah. It's freedom.
I mean, I feel like, you know, no matter where you're at in this or anything else, there's always going to be somebody trying to tear you down just because they're like, you don't deserve to be there for X or Y reason. And it's like, why you gotta hate? Just do your own thing.
Just do yours, you know, stay in the kitchen and cook until you're ready to come out and eat with the rest of us. Like that's what I always say. Like the table's big enough, you know. But that's me.
Nice. By the way, that Cyclops cosplay that you did at Comic Con, that was really cool. And I like the effect that I don't know if it was you or somebody else that added the optic blast to it, like the video that
Oh,
you did.
that video. So that was Kevin, the director. He was down in front row, you know, right at San Diego or whatever. And yeah, he put that in there. I've had some other optic blasts be animated or done, and Cyclops is just a badass character, yo. Like I would like I've only been into two X-Men, and it's been Cyclops and Colossus. But you know, Colossus is the one that I just like. I feel like if I was to cosplay him, I would need to be like big, and I'm just not going to get there because I'm not going to take those kinds of drugs. So I'm not going to do that.
It's not worth it. I don't
It's
think
not.
it.
It's not. When I was in bodybuilding, I saw the guys who were on the dark side of that stuff, and I'm like, I don't want that gut. And then there's it's just like so many drawbacks for just getting on stage. I'm like, you could just be natural and get on stage, like, but you know, you can't call what we do natural. You can't even take like fat burners and be called natural nowadays. You because they say that you're using additives when you drink coffee. So
What?
right, like that's how strict they've gotten on this whole, like, you know, OCB versus NPC bodybuilding thing. So I don't know. I'm out. You know, I still lift. I still mess with my homies as far as playing with them, like as far as like in cosplay, whatever. Like we have like fake challenges. Like we talk, like this is my tribe. I can talk shit with my tribe. You know, as far as like bodybuilding or, you know, someone being short and being a little chunky or not having the abs or anything like that. Whereas some other people would take extreme offense to it. So that's why I just, you know, this is my folks. We have fun this way.
Exactly.
You know, so iron sharpens iron. That's how we look at it.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you're doing this for you and not for other people.
Right.
But speaking of things getting like animated into videos and you know, doing awesome things in videos, I recently watched your video with King Vader, the Ghost Rider versus
Blade.
Blade.
Yeah, the Blade versus Ghost Rider thing.
Blade versus Ghost Rider. Bro, that shit was awesome.
My 90 seconds.
Yeah. Hey man, you were still in there. You did the damn thing. Like,
yeah,
that was
I was because like we filmed that back in 2021, February.
Really?
2021.
Well,
yeah.
You know, editing all
it
that
takes
stuff.
forever, and thing is, he had a lot of starts and a lot of stops, and I thought it was supposed to come out a couple of times, and it just and this is how I was taught patience, is that when it comes out, you'll be at the right time for it to come out in your career, and
Mhm.
it was like, it was San Diego, and then being at San Diego, and then having Marvel put me on their page, and then when I got back from San Diego, this was happening. I was like, God, like this is thing, one thing after another. I'm like, all right, so this is the time. But yeah, I've been a fan of Spawn since 1997.
Mhm.
And I got all my tattoos are nothing but just Spawn related stuff. And like that suit that I was wearing in the movie is a $4,000 suit.
Holy
And
shit! I mean,
and
it looked really really good.
yeah, it's a stunt suit, but because like and that's how it's a rubber suit, so it was like cast for my body. And um the thing is, like, whenever you wear something like that, you have to have a lot of CGI or whatever to cover it up, to add the cape, all that stuff, because all that stuff is not really practical. There's a couple of cosplayers who have great practical cosplays of them, and they made it themselves, like Omega Shrine. Omega Shrine is, a dope cosplayer. He made a whole Spawn suit, so I'm kind of envious of that. But this right here is just like, it was the movie suit, and it was and the whole experience of like Vader like seeing my pictures in it. He's like, yo, I'm gonna need you. And then when he told me what the script was, I'm like, how does Spawn even fit in this shit? Like, like, like I know he's kind of like multi-dimensional to a degree, but and then I realized, oh, this is just a flex. This is just a flex. Like, that's all
Mhm.
that Vader was doing, because he didn't need it. He didn't need me there. But the shots, we did all of that basically in 1 to 2 shots each.
Hmm.
We didn't have a long time, because they were filming in another location in Hollywood, and then they came to where I was in LA, or it was it was in LA. And my flight was at 11 o'clock that night, and they didn't get to that location until 7:40.
Oh
So
damn!
so yeah,
Cutting close.
I was already dressed, I was ready to go, and then I got a couple of videos. I've been showing some clips of the behind the scenes stuff for the last couple of years, and that's all I've been able to show. And because that's all I knew, that's all I was given. And when I saw the movie, I was like, oh, when did they get a camera in front of me? Like, I don't
Mhm.
remember that happening. And excuse me, and the fact that we did have as much footage as we did, I was like, okay, that makes sense. I'm like, well, all right, well, I've completed a dream of a 13-year-old, you know just like how I completed the dream of a 4-year-old with the whole He-Man thing. So like, my life with cosplay has come full circle a few times, and I'm just like, I could quit today. I could quit, but I'm not going to, because I got a little one now who likes doing this. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going with him.
And how's that been, like bringing him along with this journey with you of just like introducing him to all this? Like I see your wall of figures behind you,
Yeah,
and just like I'm sure he's in heaven whenever he walks into that room.
he's yeah, well, he's in heaven when he gets over there, because over there is where all the free stuff for him to play with, like some of the Ninja Turtle stuff, and like,
Oh right, right. We don't touch the collectibles, of course.
oh yeah, no. He let's see. All right, so down there, is where like he's allowed to go, because
Hmm.
it's got the big box of, the open Iron Man toys from like 1994, or like the Spawn. That's Violator's cycle. There's a lot of stuff down there that he can just pick up and play with, whereas the other stuff, like Castle Grayskull, is my original Castle Grayskull from '86, and then
Wow.
all this other stuff, like the Power Ranger stuff.
Hmm.
Spawn is all in the back corner, that alcove over there. The Transformers, the Voltron. Like, this is all. Yeah, that's the 1984 diecast metal Voltron, and then I still got the Netflix Voltron still in the packages there,
Oh, I see it.
right
I
there.
see it. Nice.
So yeah, like I've got that, and then that hurt my back. And then over here is like the Turbo Man from Jingle All the Way, that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Holy shit, you have a Turbo Man?
I got
Yo. I didn't even know you could actually get that. Like,
they weren't. I mean, they were available, but you had to know what you were looking for. You know.
oh, okay.
So yeah, I mean, this is all stuff like I continue to collect, and there's stuff on the outside of the room too, like all the Power Ranger stuff. Like when I met Jason David Frank, I had him sign my Master Morpher and all this other stuff, and the Dragon Dagger, Saba, stuff like that. Is that this is what I've been doing since I was 4, is collecting and playing with toys and cards and such, and so this is
shit.
Yeah, this is the 93, 94 Flare Ultra. So like I said, I'm not new to this. I'm true to this.
Are you a Magic the Gathering player?
No, I am. No, I don't do tabletop games because I've been on Destiny for the last 9 years, and I've been on Mortal Kombat since 1992, and and Tekken since 2001 was when I first started playing Tekken 2, yeah, something like that. But yeah, no, those are the games that I play.
Nice. With everything that you have, has anybody ever approached you like, hey, we want to feature some of this stuff in like a con museum or something like that?
Nah. And because I'm not curating stuff like that. I mean, well, they're still in the packages, yeah, but you got some mega collectors out there, and that's all that their pages center on.
Mm-hmm.
And mine, I'm mainly a cosplay, page, or Blerd and Powerful type deal. So, there's a lot of people who don't know that I have this stuff until they get on an interview with me, or they just like get in a meeting with me and they just see this in the background, because there's no reason for me to take it down.
Yeah.
So
I mean, shit, it's an amazing background.
Yeah, it's a hell of a background.
But speaking of Blerd and Powerful, can you talk to us about that some more?
Okay, so Blerd and Powerful is an organization designed to help build up the notoriety of Black-owned comic book conventions, as well as boost the morale of Black creators on the internet. You know what I mean? We have a lot of creators that get stolen. Their content gets stolen from them. Like you look at the Yundin. She creates dances or whatever, or even like transitions, and she doesn't get any credit for
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, like stuff like that. Then you got the white racists who like to try and bully us and get us off the platforms by mass reporting our pages, and TikTok has no real recourse behind that, that or for that. So some folks have to start over several times, and then it's just really difficult to be a Blerd nowadays, because there's so many people who have access to us to let us know that we are not them. We are not the default, and that they feel as if we shouldn't exist in their space, even though Japanese characters ain't white, my dude. So like why are you trying to gatekeep something like that?
It's like the people that are like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. It's like somebody saying, "Oh, hey, you're the Black Goku, or you're the Black Sailor Moon," blah blah blah.
Right.
Like they'll be like, "Oh, are you the white Rurouni Kenshin?" How would you feel if I said that?
How would you? Yeah. No, but no, he is white. Like no, he's definitely
not
feudal era Japan. That's the story, right? You want to be accurate, right?
Right.
And I try my best to correct people. Did you see Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I did.
Okay, so that joke where they said that, oh look, it's Black Falcon.
Yeah.
Right. That is a thing amongst the Black community. We cannot skirt that to save our lives, because that's how Black folks identify other Black folks. You know what I mean? And there's something, especially older Black folks. Like I'm Black He-Man. even though I would prefer to be just He-Man, you know, I would not like to be identified by the color of my skin. But what sucks is that you can't help but to say, well, if you want to find me, you have to Google Black He-Man. And then you find it, you know, and it's kind of shitty, but you know, it's so you kind of have to play both sides. But yeah, I went for a while trying to say, no, I'm just He-Man. Don't call me Black He-Man. Don't call me Black Cyclops. Just call me Cyclops. Like there's a Black Cyclops now in the universe. You know, it might not be canon, but it is canon. You know, so just call me Cyclops. Like, no, you Black Cyclops. I'm like, you know, so what can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta take the good with the bad, right?
Yeah, because there's definitely more good than there is bad. You just have to set your mind right in order to accept that.
Exactly. It's just it's so easy to focus on the bad when it's right there. That's just like, hey, don't forget about, you know, all this good that you got going on over here.
Yeah, 800 comments of good stuff, and then you zero in on the 15
that it's every time. It's
like oh, that's great, motherfucker. Like, all right, bet I am on your ass. You know, that's how it rolls, man. I'm doing better with that though. I gotta if there's a comment that I see that is like really bothering me, I just delete it. You know, there's no reason for me to focus on it. That's my right, my will as a member of society to protect my own peace by just deleting it. You know,
exactly.
It's not like they go back for it anyway to see what you said unless you tag them. So you know,
and a lot of times people just like to troll.
Yeah.
I mean, that's mostly what the internet is, full of trolls.
But then, see, the thing is, if you once again, you have to change your mindset. I don't call call them trolls anymore. I call them algorithm boosters. Because they are actually engaging with your content. If you got the time and you got the mental capacity to not be in your feelings, engage just by asking questions. What do you mean by that? Oh, really? I didn't see that, but you know, can you expound upon that? And it'll just piss them off more to just want to go back and forth with you. Genuine engagement that gets your video out there.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Like, shit, full counter, make it work for you.
Full counter. Yep. Good job. I like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. You see, there's some people out there that's like, I don't get 7 Deadly Sins jokes. What does that mean?
It's okay. You can go watch the show, and then you'll know. Hey, this is your moment right here. Add it to the list.
Yeah, just up
the never-ending list.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's no bullshit.
Oh my god!
I was just about to say, don't just watch 7 Deadly Sins up until the last season. And don't watch that one. But no, I just got introduced to Demon Misfits or something like that, because that's a video that's going around on YouTube. I mean, on TikTok right now, where homeboy was like, they're like in an arena setting, and this dude was like, I don't really have to make a move to defeat you. And then dude was like, start talking, and all of a sudden he started like gushing blood, you know, and then fell to the ground. And then homeboy snapped his fingers and then blew the dude away. And
Holy shit.
And then he said a word and he resurrected the guy. He said, so how did that feel to die?
Yo.
Like, okay. All right, let's add that to Crunchyroll watch list. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? What's the name of that? I'm gonna write that down right now.
Demon Misfits.
Demon Misfits. Yeah, okay.
Who did I send that to? It's the full name of it, because I just sent it to my boy yesterday because he asked me about it, and I'm like, I know how to research that. Yeah, the Misfit of Demon King Academy.
Killed him, brought him back. Was like, so what was that like? Do you want that to happen again?
Yeah, that's exactly he carried it. Yeah, the Misfit of Demon King Academy on Crunchyroll, sub and dub.
All right, added. I actually just got finished watching one that was recommended to me, Bofuri. I think the name it's one of those video game isekai. I think it's a long ass name. I don't want to get hurt, so I maxed out my defense. I'm pretty sure that's how. But yo, this main character it's funny how OP they get and how they get OP because it's just like they're not a gamer, so they're just kind of figuring things out as they go along, but they're like being really good at it. This shit's hilarious. It reminds me of like that time I got reincarnated as a slime and Overlord and
I was gonna say Overlord. Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm what have I tried lately? Fate Zero. I tried to get into Fate Zero and I was just bored. You know what I mean? Like it didn't like apparently I have to watch half of a season here and then watch another half of the season to get the full story. It's like
what?
Yeah, it's Fate Night and then there's Fate Zero or something like that. And then you watch Fate Zero at a certain point. But see, it's different since it came out so long ago. I would have to hunt down the actual watch order and then try to match that with what's on Crunchyroll. And I'm like, I'm not doing all this because then I think about
Like
okay, well then you think about Jujutsu Kaisen, whereas you got the first season and then the first half of the second season is a prequel to the movie. So if you think about it like that, if you watch the second season first, then watch the movie, then watch the first season, you've watched things in chronological order.
Right.
You know, that's a lot of bullshit. like think about that. You watch the whole season, then you watch the movie, then you watch the prequel to the movie that was the prequel to the first season. So just like why are we going backwards? Like this is dumb.
You know? No, I get that. And something like that can make it hard for like somebody to get into a series like that too. Because I love Jujutsu Kaisen. Like shit, those fights, like just man.
Dope. But I think JJK had a steep learning curve because of how the powers were characterized and what they were. Like it was unique. It's unique as shit. You know, domain expansions, all that stuff. Like that's dope. But it's a lot to read really fast when you're realizing, oh shit, this is some new rules. You know, like if you're watching Fairy Tale, you immediately know the rules to that. You know what I mean? You're watching Demon Slayer or or the one with Asta. What's it called?
Black Clover.
Or Black Clover. You know, you immediately know the rules to these things. But JJK had a unique power system.
Very.
You know, and then when he figured out the Black Flash, like that was dope too. And you know, I don't know, man. Like, but then you watch My Hero Academia, and like that's a simple power set, power system. You know, I don't know.
No, I get it. I'm reading JJK right now too, and I can't lie. I just started to understand cursed energy and cursed techniques just because I had to read like people doing the same thing over and over and over, and I'm like, okay, now it's starting to click.
Yeah. But then at the same time, like I think One Piece has a great like power set too. I mean, a set from like, if you just have no devil fruit powers, but you just have Haki, you can still like Haki is king. Like you don't, what I'm saying, you don't even if you can stand toe to toe with the devil fruit power with even that's awoken, with just enough Haki, and that's especially if you got the color of Supreme King or you know what I mean, like that. I think that's a dope power system. And then my only issue is that there are things that I like about One Piece that I haven't seen on a shirt yet for me to want to wear. You know, there's only two things. It's and they're Zoro related. Nothing happened, and scars on a back or a swordsman's shame. Like, yeah, those are the only two quotes that I will take to the grave with me. Like that, those are what resonated with me with One Piece.
And those are some of his most like iconic scenes too. So you would think there would be some type of merchandise for that. Damn. Hey, if anybody's looking at this, get on it.
Yep. Yeah.
Is that your favorite power system in general?
No, I'm a superhero guy. So it's got like my hero has my heart when it comes to like the power structure. Or yeah, the power systems.
Hmm.
But I do love the depth of One Piece because between the three different types of devil fruit, and then you got hockey. Aside from that, you have different ways for people to manipulate energy. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And then I don't. And there's been a few instances where you have like like cooperative power usage, and that's my jam. I love it when people use their powers in tandem with someone else. So like, case in point, like the ending of the first Avengers movie, and in the beginning of Avengers Ultron, Age of Ultron, like where you know Iron Man was shooting at Cap's shield, and he was dispersing the beams,
Yeah.
or or Thor charging up Iron Man. I mean, like shit like that gets my gears going, and starting to see more and more cooperative usage, even with Deku in my hero, with like Bakugo. Them actually like fighting together. That was a joy to see. So. But as far as One Piece goes, I'm not sure. I mean, maybe Killer and Trafalgar Law having a couple of like tandem like battles. Like, well, no, when the supernovas went in on the Yonko, that was what I was looking for. That was my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
That was my shit.
Nice. Nice. I don't know if you're a fan of Hunter x Hunter, but I really like the Nen power system.
Yeah, that's cool. It's varied. Between being an enhancer, or a manipulator. That's dope. But I don't know, the whole like making a pact within your own like system, like that's tricky.
The restriction to make yourself stronger.
Yeah, yeah. Like Kurapika was the man. Like that show could have
Yeah.
been that show could have been about him and only him, and I would have been cool with it. Um,
Damn,
but I
just
think
him hunting the spiders.
yeah, yeah. It needed a better focus than traveling with Gon and Killua. I especially with how Gon lost his nin. That that
Hmm.
that that overmaxing thing. Like I did not appreciate that ending for him. But then at the same time, he was never quote unquote a hero. He was
True.
he was he was never considered to be someone who was relied upon to save other people, just his friends. He only looked out for his friends. And the fact that he was out there in the first place just looking for his dad, I mean, as a father myself, that's kind of shitty. Like
Yes.
it's not
Yeah,
it's not
Jing is up there with like top worst anime dads.
right. I would say he's not Show Tucker, but at the same time, come find me. Maybe not. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that.
It's like you do you.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you nerding out with me about all this various stuff, but of course I have to get to well, maybe a couple of important questions to ask you, my friend. First and
Okay.
foremost, one character that you personally get to sesh with in the multiverse, who are you picking and why?
I get to sesh with? Sesh? What do you mean? Sesh with?
Smoke.
Oh, I've never smoked a day in my life.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm a
okay.
dare kid. I'm
Ah,
yeah, I am a true product of the Reagan era of indoctrinations. I protect forest fires, and and I prevent forest fires, and I've dared to say no. At the most that I've ever done is I've eaten 2 edibles in my
okay.
entire life, and the first time I did it, I had too much of the cookie
Hmm.
without knowing, you know. And what happened was I was on a date and went to go see the 2017 Power Rangers
Nice.
movie, or 2018 Power Rangers movie, and the cookie didn't hit until the colors came, until they got in the suits, and so I was like, what the fuck, you know.
I'm
And then
just picturing them going like it's morphin time. And you're just like,
oh,
whoa.
and then like I wanted to sleep for the rest of the day, and then I think we went to a buffet, and then I slept again at the buffet. Like I was zooted, and I think the next time I had an edible was another party that I threw. It was a '90s party, and I had like a Mad Dog 2020 and like 2 Zimas and an edible, and I was fucked up, boy. I was because I'm again
Gone.
I'm a body, but this gallon of water is what I drink throughout the day. You know, sometimes depending upon if I'm competing, I drink 3 of these a day. You know what I mean? Like it's my system is not designed for that. But if I was to have a session with any
Like
character,
if you could split an edible with any character and just
with
like hang out
any
with them.
character and just hang out.
Yeah, you guys don't have to do anything, or you could play video games or whatever. Just chill.
Honestly, I don't know. It's a Endeavor.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting pick.
I know. And people don't like him because he was a shit dad. I get it, but as someone who has had a lot of doubts about my ability to be a father, and the guilt that comes from being a father, I mean, there's 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 a level of understanding that I can have for him wanting something for his family, and him not exactly knowing how to attain it, and just being a straight up asshole because he's known he's known nothing else but conflict.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So him having his come to Jesus moment, near the end of the third season or early fourth season or whatnot, it makes one understand that there's a growth for us. There has to be some grace given to us, even from ourselves. So just sitting back and just hearing how he came up with like different training techniques, or the fact that he just probably just needs a break himself. Like, yeah, like I would hang out with Endeavor because I know the man is innovative. He's strong and he's determined. Like, some people don't have that at all in real life, and for him, and when he won me over was when he fought as hard as he did against that Nomu, you know and he was like, yo, this is hard. Like, because then think about it, when he had that whole session where he was training the kids, that man knew everything. The man knew he was on it. I mean, the man knew exactly how to be a hero. But that fight brought him, to his limit, and he went beyond that. And I can always appreciate somebody who breaks through their limits in order to get the job done. And then the fact that he's, seen the error in his ways as a parent, as a father, as a husband, and he's trying to atone for it. Come on, how do you not just want to just be like, we're not all perfect, my dude. At least you're getting there.
Exactly. That's very true. And I
Mhm.
feel like this session could definitely give him some nice relief, maybe a nice little break. Maybe he can
Yeah.
just finally breathe and relax. And also, who needs a lighter when you have fire powers?
No
Oh
bullshit.
wait, well you're eating, so that doesn't matter. But I mean,
Hey,
either way.
I like a warm cookie.
Nice. Well, how about on the opposite end of that spectrum? Who do you think would be like a bad person or like somebody you would not want to be around?
Who would?
Who would like just harsher the whole vibe and everything?
Um, Hisoka.
Yeah, yeah.
I, mm, mm,
No.
mm.
Oh no.
No, like, it's like I was like, I can hang out with Sasuke. He's cool. I can hang out with Bakugo. He's cool. You know what I mean? I can hang out with like Vegeta, or hell, I can hang out with like Frieza. But Light Yagami, Light Yagami. Fuck him too.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
um, yeah. There's some characters I don't like. There's some characters I don't like. Yeah, those. Yeah, but no. Hisoka would just be like, I feel like he would try to touch me, and like, and it's like,
he's gonna post some. Oops, I got my bungee gum on you. Like you ain't going nowhere now.
Bad touch.
I need an adult that's not you.
Oh man. So what are your picks?
For me, let's see. I've done a few characters. Iroh was probably like one of my all-time number ones, just because it's Uncle Iroh. Like, who wouldn't want to hang out with Uncle Iroh and just get high, drink some tea, and get some nice life advice? Somebody that I'm honestly all right. Now, hear me out. Professor X, I'm not so sure he would be really fun to get high with, only because someone who has telepathy that can actually hear my thoughts and other people's thoughts. I don't need them being like, "What'd you say?" And then I'm like, "I didn't say anything." And they're like, "No, I heard you say something." Or like, "Did you hear that?" And I'm like, "No, bro, I don't hear that."
No telepath.
Just telepaths. I don't know. I just feel like their powers might go a little out of whack and they might start freaking out and some shit.
You start hearing everyone.
Exactly.
Yeah, they
start making me hear everyone.
Oof.
Yeah,
no.
But yeah.
What else you got?
Let's see. Captain Yami from Black Clover.
Oh, true.
He would be great.
True. Now I think he'd be fun to drink with as opposed to smoke with, because he's already chill.
That's
I think
fair.
he'll be the one that want to bend a stop sign or some shit like
that. And you know that he could do it too.
Right. Yeah.
You know what? Yami would be like, "Hey, you want to see something cool?" I'm like, "All right, sure." Goes over to it. Shit, knowing him, he might rip it out the ground.
Yeah. Although this was a weak one.
Oh man, but I feel like we could definitely sit here and talk about that a lot. But it's Monday. I don't want to keep you out here too long, getting kind of late. But I appreciate you coming over here, man, even after all the technical difficulties.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you wanting to talk to me, because, like, again, people don't appreciate the folks that want to talk to them. For some reason, it's like it's a given or it's deserved. Like, no, it's not. You could just be. And the thing is, there's a lot of people out there with personalities, made out of cardboard. So the conversation isn't as fun. And I understand that you're just trying to build up your portfolio so that you can, do other things. So of course, why wouldn't I want to help wherever I can? So no, I appreciate you for asking me, and you asking me. I'm trying to do my best.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I like that a lot.
No problem.
Well, I don't know if you want to stick around for a little bit after I end the recording. We can just talk for a second, but yeah. Until next time, this is the Nerdy Stoner Podcast, and I'll see y'all. Oh, of course, don't forget to follow him. You can see where to follow him right here. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Yes, please follow him at Hellspawned _cosplay for the people that might be just listening to this.
All right, thank you.